You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Cabral Concept. So good to be here with you today. Can't wait to get started with our Friday review, where I'm recording this live from Boulder, Colorado. I'm here for an event. It's currently snowing right now, and as you may have heard from my voice, this is my busy season. I travel essentially from October all the way through the beginning of December. And just a couple weeks ago, I was in Germany. I'm in Colorado now at an event, and I'll be speaking at my last event for the season that I know of, the first week of December. So love going to events. I do try to temper my travel now because, it's tough being away from my girls, and also travel wears on you after a while. It really does. So although I love being on the road and meeting people and getting to hopefully introduce new people to this crazy world of integrative health, and I love to do that. That's my passion. But, again, travel does wear on you. Having said that, I have a nice little recommendation later in the show as well for some throat lozenges, which can help you with dry, irritated throat and also help boost your immunity. So I'll share that with you. I'm going to share some great research, one on some very safe versus very scary plastics, which ones to choose for you and how to easily know which ones are safe and which ones aren't. And then also want to bring you some really up-to-date research. This just came out 2 months ago in the Environmental International, and this was on fluoride. So I want to bring you this really unbiased study. I'm going to bring you that direct research. But before we get started, I really want to share this with you. This is something that 12 months in the making, and you might say that it's 20 years in the making, but our new integrative health practitioner.org website just debuted. So just want to give a quick shout out to my team. They've done such a tremendous amount of work on it. Caitlin and Dawn and Erin and our designers and our graphic designers, and everybody that goes into making IHP really is success. I'm just super proud of my team and what they've done. If you head over to the website, integrativehealthpractitioner.org, there's nothing to purchase. But when you hear me talk about my integrative health practitioners, our IHP community that I'm so proud of, that I'm so grateful for, now you'll actually be able to see who those people are. So you can go, of course you can see our team, but you can also head on over to the practitioners page. We have a brand new practitioners page. Everyone that becomes certified as an integrative health practitioner, as a certified health coach, is listed on that page, whether they're level 1 or level 2. So now, and we're adding more people every day. We have about another 100 people to add there. So I'm excited because now with 1,000 health coaches certified by myself, by our organization, Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, we can assure you that people who pass this curriculum, because they have to pass tests for every module, know what they're talking about, know what they're doing. So now you can meet people all over the world, practitioners all over the world, and you can say, okay, this is someone that I can either meet in their office or I can actually work with them virtually, again, anywhere in the world. So it's my job to promote the message of integrative health. And that's it. And these practitioners embody that. So you can check them out at integrativehealthpractitioner.org. Again, all practitioners are certified health coaches. We do not diagnose, we do not treat, and we do not cure disease. No one in the natural health industry does that. If you're looking for that type of legal parameters, then you have to see a licensed medical doctor. That's it. If you want to get to the underlying root causes of why you're not well, why you're not able to lose the weight, and why you're aging at too fast a rate, that is when you want to seek out natural health practitioners like our IHPs. So super proud again. I just want to share that with you. integrativehealthpractitioner.org. Just have a look, take a look. We just closed our latest round of practitioners. We allow 100 new students in every single month, most of which, over half, have no previous health experience before, but they want to learn how to heal themselves, and they want to learn how to heal their family and heal others in their community, and that's really what we're all about. So super excited, super proud, and again, welcome to all of our new November IHPs. Can't wait to chat with you inside of our IHP Facebook group. Okay, one more exciting announcement with IHP. Again, really a passion of mine is teaching. I've always loved to teach. It's what I'll do for the rest of my life. And we are doing our first event for IHP. It is in Australia, and it's amazing. Again, just such a powerful community. We opened up 2 days ago, and within 2 hours, the event was already 50% sold out. It was amazing. All the VIP tickets were gone. Half of the premium tickets were gone. It's incredible. It's an incredible community. And again, if you're passionate about natural health, I urge you to at least take a look at what is going on over at integrativehealthpractitioner.org. All right, that is that with that. I want to share something big with you today. Just Tuesday, this past Tuesday, you may or may not be aware, because if you're not on the equilibriumnutrition.com email list, you wouldn't have got this. But we are offering our free functional medicine detox course. So free functional medicine detox course, completely free. It's $197 value. That's what it will be charged at in the future. Completely free for our podcast listener community and our Equilibrium Nutrition community. So check that out. I'm going to put all of the links today at StephenCabral.com/1386. So StephenCabral.com/1386. I will link up that course. But if you want to head over there right now as I'm talking with you, you can go to equilibriumnutrition.com/detox-course. equilibriumnutrition.com/detox-course for a limited time, completely free. And inside the course, you're going to learn the 3 factors that separate a functional medicine detox course or a functional medicine detox from a cleanse or from teas or from juices. So really important to see the difference. I'll also be sharing with you the exact detox food shopping list. I'll give you my meal planner, which is what our personal clients use. I go through 8 detox video lessons. So literally, I'm going to read them to you. So I go through the 6,000-year-old discovery, how I discovered this overseas. We go through the toxicity quiz right there. I give you a printout of that. We give you links to previous podcasts specific on the detox, how your body naturally removes toxic waste so that you're more knowledgeable on this. So I go through the actual pathways. Each of these is about a 10-minute to 15-minute video. I go through the detox meal plans and the shopping lists. Again, all of this is free. The detox supplement nutrient support. I also even give you links to purchase other products, other companies besides Equilibrium Nutrition, because I don't want you to think that this is a biased-based course. So if you don't want to, I give you other ways to purchase other products outside of Equilibrium Nutrition. And then, of course, I wrap it up all together. I go through the commonly asked questions, and then I take you through all 8 days. So basically a 7-day detox. So super proud of this. I would just love your feedback, because what I want to do is provide more of these courses in the future. I'm going to provide one in January that takes you through exactly how to lose the weight, boost your metabolism, balance the blood sugar, the hormones, the inflammation, so that you're able to keep that body fat off for life. So I'm going to teach that in January. I want to do one on gut-based healing. I want to do one on thyroid. I want to do one on female hormones. So let me know how you like this course, because again, this is for you. It really is. I want to try to be as concise as I can and pass this message on to you. So each video about 10 to 15 minutes long, and there's about 8 videos or so before you get into the detox. I hope you enjoy it. I would love to hear your feedback. Please let me know inside of the Facebook group, or simply let me know on Instagram at Stephen Cabral. Okay, next up, we are going to go over this. Couple more things before we get to the research and product review. If you go to equilibriumnutrition.com, you are now going to see unbiased product reviews. So these are verified buyers who are purchased from Equilibrium Nutrition, and they've left a review at equilibriumnutrition.com. So if you're ever interested in seeing what other people say, well, you can always see those unbiased reviews right at cabralsupportgroup.com. That's our free private Facebook group. But you can also just go to the website now. And if you've ever purchased from Equilibrium Nutrition, I would love for you to leave your honest review right there. I would love to hear from you. Again, these success stories that people are leaving are inspiring others to create change, and I love that. So appreciate it. I read all of them. Absolutely amazing. There are already over 600 reviews now at equilibriumnutrition.com. So check that out. And one last thing I would say is we're always looking for reviews on Amazon. So although we have about close to 100 different products now, only 8 of them are on Amazon. But, and again, all the best dealers are always at equilibriumnutrition.com. But if you'd like to purchase from Amazon and you've purchased there before, I would love for you to leave your review there. It takes 10 seconds to leave a review, but honestly, it helps companies like ours out so much. We're not big spenders of advertising. We're word-of-mouth based companies, and we're trying to put out the best products at the best possible price. So if you could leave your review on Amazon or Equilibrium Nutrition, wherever you prefer to purchase, I would greatly appreciate that. I really would. So thank you. Okay, now, no promotions this week at equilibriumnutrition.com. Just a hint, just a little hint that with next week being Thanksgiving week here in the U.S. and it being the Black Friday, Cyber Monday type week, you may want to stay tuned. You might want to stay tuned to equilibriumnutrition.com for some exciting deals starting next Wednesday. All right, I'm just saying. So let's move on now to some of my, before I get to the research. So one thing that I should put in my mouth right now, I should pop one in because my voice is a little hoarse. Yes, I'm recording this after a full day of speaking. It is, what time is it right now? Again, I don't typically do this, but I'm on the road, so I'm not with my family right now, and I am recording this. I hate to tell you the time because I should already be getting ready for bed, but it is 8:47 p.m. I know it's late, but this is the time that I'm able to squeeze it in so that when I do hop on a plane Friday, as you're listening to this podcast, I go home Friday night. That's how it works a lot of the time. And I'll be hanging out with my family, my girls. So I'm excited about that. And I will not be recording podcasts. So these little guys I like to carry around with me. And they are by Nature's Way. And it's called Sambucus Elderberry Zinc Lozenges. Now, why did I choose this company? Well, here's the ingredients. Organic tapioca syrup, organic cane sugar, water, and it's non-GMO. So this is all USDA organic. So what does it have? 60 milligrams of vitamin C. Well, to be honest, that's nothing. That's like it's like a little trickle. It's like a little sprinkle. We call it sprinkle of fairy dust in the health industry because 60 milligrams of vitamin C is going to be very, very little. However, it does have 5 milligrams of zinc. And when you're taking 2 or 3 of these a day, maybe, that adds up to 15 milligrams of zinc. So not only is that actually a good clinical dosage, but zinc lozenges have been clinically proven to reduce the duration of the common cold, and also it boosts your immune system. Zinc in general, you're not going to get it from throat lozenges, but you'll get it from taking a good quality supplement like a daily nutritional support, daily activated multi, or like the balanced zinc. You're going to get enough zinc to be able to work on the hair, the skin, the nails, the muscle tissue, repair of the body. It's an anabolic mineral. But what this product does, and the reason why you would use this, is that it contains 12.5 milligrams of organic black elder. Now, this is an extract that comes from elderberries, and it's from so that's an extract. It comes from 800 milligrams of premium cultivar elderberries. So why elderberries? Again, we use elderberry syrup with my 2 young girls whenever they get a cough, cold as well. Why elderberry though? Well, elderberries have actually been shown to be combatants of the cold and flu. So not a bad thing to be able to use if you're starting to get a dry throat or itchy throat, or you just want to put a zinc lozenge in your mouth. So again, I don't use these all the time, but I certainly do use them when I'm traveling, or let's say I'm in my office in Boston and it's super dry because of these big heaters that we have. It's an old building. Then I might pop one in every once in a while. So again, they're supplements, right? They're meant to supplement your daily routine as needed. I don't need these every day, but I use them while traveling. So check that out. I will certainly put a link in the show notes today at stephencabral.com/1386. All right, on to the research. Okay, so let's go through those plastics. Now, we know that plastics have been linked to higher rates or causes of cancer. So what we want to do is try to avoid as many plastics in everyday life. Now, I know what you're thinking, that plastics are everywhere, and I agree with you. I just reviewed a product, the Sambucus, and I don't even know if that's how you pronounce the company name or the product itself. It comes in a plastic bag, right? And they come in plastic wrap. So you have to understand is that plastic is everywhere. It's essentially ubiquitous in our Western-based society and culture. Less so in Europe. They use a lot more glass bottles there, which is good. Pros and cons, right? I'd much rather be drinking out of glass, especially unleaded, de-leaded glass, but, much heavier to carry, right? If everything was in glass, can you imagine how difficult it would be to carry around a bag all the time? So again, there's all these pros and cons, and all we can do is do our best. And that's always what I tell you. Simply do your best. That's it. So I'm going to go through, though, 1 through 7, and here's what that means. On the bottom of every single plastic bottle that you get, or maybe on the side, you're going to see a little recycle logo. And the recycle logo will actually tell you what type of plastic it is. I'm going to go through the 3 that are considered generally safe and the 3 that are considered potentially cancer-causing and toxic, and then 1 that is an unknown, okay? So let's go through them right now. Super simple, and here's the thing. I always want to make things actionable and easy for you. So all that I want you to do is head over to stevencabral.com/1386. I'll put the graphic right there, so you can always refer back to this show note page whenever you need it, okay? Or you can save the graphic yourself. So when you look at the bottom of a plastic bottle or plastic, whatever it might be, if you see a number 1, okay, it's going to stand for something called PETE, P-E-T-E, number 1 with a little triangle recycle symbol around it. And that is polyethylene. So this is a different type of polyethylene, and I'm going to go through that right now. So it's a phthalate form of polyethylene. I was going to go deeper into it than that, but I'm not going to, okay? Polyethylene, and it's a phthalate form of that. What does it mean? Well, it's in a lot of plastic bottles for drinking water. It's in a lot of fruit juice cartons, believe it or not. Why would it be in a fruit juice carton or a lot of cartons, like almost like it would feel like cardboard? Well, on the inside, they actually line it with plastic. And they line it with plastic so that it does not erode and break down the paper itself, right? So they have a little plastic on the inside of sometimes cans, or they have the inside of these cartons. So the problem is that it leaches into the water or into the food, especially with heat or direct sunlight. So that means that you are getting these hormone disruptors in your own body. So that's why this is called an exogenous form of estrogen. So you're taking it in from the outside. But the problem is it's the plastics that get into your body, then that create more of the estrogenic form in your own body, more of the toxic estrogen forms. Then these toxic estrogen forms could lead to what I just spoke about on Wednesday's podcast, which is prostate cancer and breast cancer. So I really hope that you check that out. That was episode 1383 on Tuesday's show of preventing breast cancer and prostate cancer. We know they're affected by these types of plastics. So please check that out. So number 1, the one with the little recycle symbol around it, be very wary. Stay away, very leery of it, okay? So number two is generally considered a little bit more safe. This is called HDPE. That stands for high density polyethylene. This is in sometimes like our jug of water, detergents, shampoos, sometimes plastic bottles like your supplements, right? So a lot of supplements in the natural. So if you're in a functional medicine space, they're going to use more of number 2. If you are in let's say you're buying your products at like a Costco or a big market. And I'm not saying every product at Costco is bad. If a lot of people are buying cheap nutritional supplements, they're made from cheap ingredients and they're made from the cheapest bottles too. So a lot of times those are in the labeled the 1 bottles, right? The PETE, okay? But the bottles so for example, Equilibrium Nutrition, you're going to see those in number 2 bottles, HDPE, because they're considered actually the safest. So why they consider the safest? You can actually heat these up and they're not going to leach the plastic materials into the foods or products to as great of a degree, if at all. So you'd have to literally melt these. They're even considered dishwasher safe. Do I recommend ever putting anything plastic in the dishwasher? I do not. No matter what, even if it says it's dishwasher safe and it's plastic, I do not recommend doing that, okay? So the Equilibrium Nutrition Pro Stack bottles, dishwasher safe, I still don't recommend putting them in the top rack of the dishwasher. Just hand wash them with soap and water. That's it, okay? So safest, number 2, HDPE, high density polyethylene. All right, number 3. Polyvinyl chloride, and I won't go through these over and over, but plastic pipes, shower curtains, it's sprayed on outdoor furniture, it's made out of outdoor furniture, absolutely toxic. So you have to stay away from polyvinyl. It's vinyl, polyvinyl chloride. All right, we're going to stay away from that. It also off-gases tremendously. Number 4 is this, low density polyethylene. Okay, so very similar to number 2. But instead of high-density polyethylene, it's low-density polyethylene. What do we use this for? Well, more like plastic wraps and grocery bags and dry cleaning, the plastic bags they put over that. It's sometimes used in the inside of the cans. Again, you can use it for food-based things, but you never want to heat it up, okay? So if your food is hot, never wrap it in plastic wrap, okay? Definitely never microwave your food. Well, don't microwave your food in general, but definitely don't microwave your food with plastic wrap on top. The only thing worse than that would be colored plastic wrap. It's the only thing worse than microwaving your food with plastic wrap is colored plastic wrap. And guess what I did when I was younger as a kid? All the time, because nobody taught us, right? Nobody taught my parents, so nobody taught us. Super detrimental. Okay. Number 5 is polypropylene. Okay. So this is not suspected of accumulating in the body as a plastic. It's BPA free, typically for reusable bags and straws, etc. So again, it's marked as number 5 and it's PP. Number 6 is a toxic one, polysterenes. So a styrene or styrene in general, these are things that are insane. They're like kids' toys are made a lot out of this. It blows my mind when we look at like plasticware that you eat with, that you put in your mouth. It's made out of this. So it's really sturdy, and that's why it's so strong, but it leaches a toxin called styrene, 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 I believe is how it's pronounced. Okay, so what do we have here? We have number 1, number 3, and number 6 is toxic. Number 2, number 4, and number 5, typically regarded as safe, but never heat them up, okay? Number 7 is a wild card. This is used for, you might see it in like painting supplies. You might see it in like hobbyist materials. It's an unknown right now. It's an absolute unknown. But here's the thing. If you can put it in your mouth, you want to stay away from it because it's an unknown right now. And the other thing is you just want to be careful, again, with all of these things being heated. That is when they're going to off-gas the most. That's when they're going to expose you internally and externally from the gas vapors in your body. So again, 2, 4, and 5 in that little triangle, generally regarded as safe. Stay away from the 1, 3, 6, and 7. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, one more study I wanted to give you. I've been meaning to get you this now for 6 weeks. I thought I gave it to you 6 weeks ago. It didn't end up making it into the show about 4 or 6 weeks ago, simply because of time. But here's the thing. I'm just going to give you a quick recap. This is coming out of the Environment International. This was just done in August 2019. It examined the relationship between fluoride levels in drinking water and blood with kidney and liver health among adolescents participating in the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. So again, if I brought you this, I apologize, but it's important enough to hear it twice. Here's the thing. 74% of all drinking water in the United States has fluoride in it. We have known since the 1970s that that fluoride is a toxin. Fluoride can lead to all sorts of different neurological issues. It can lead to potentially cancer. It can lead to destroying of the gut bacteria. I mean, I could go on. And I want you to do the research too. So you can simply type in, if you want, side effects of fluoride or dangers of fluoride. But here's what I can tell you. Clinically proven. Here's what the study found. And again, it goes on to try to say there's benefits to fluoride. Maybe if you're swishing around your mouth, maybe. I could just give you that, but not swallowing it. Fluoride was never meant to be swallowed. They used this in Germany. They knew that it lowered thyroid. It was one of the best things that they used for helping people with Graves' disease, which is a higher thyroid output. So again, we have to be really careful with what we're told is safe in our society. Our society, the media, they are not looking out for you. This is dangerous stuff we're playing with. So the study analyzed fluoride measured in blood samples of 1,983 adolescents and the fluoride content of the tap water in the homes of 1,742 adolescents. Although the tap water fluoride concentrations were generally low, there are several mechanisms by which even low levels of fluoride exposure may contribute to kidney or liver dysfunction. So all of these children being affected with liver damage, kidney damage, thyroid damage, bone breakdown, tooth disease, renal failure, and protein metabolism issues. All because we want to put fluoride in our drinking water. We have to be extremely cautious of putting a known toxin into our body. And I say this to you as simply a public service announcement of trying to warn you that just because a dentist, a doctor, a media person, whoever it is, says that these things are good for you, think about it for a moment. These things at higher levels, even generally regarded as safe, can be very dangerous for our body. And that's why for me, I have to speak up. It seems like a crime when I go into a CVS and there's a gallon of water and it has a baby's photo on it and it says infant fluoride water, meaning that this baby doesn't even have teeth yet, or this toddler just getting their teeth, and they're giving this child fluoride. For what? What cavity are they possibly going to get? And you are not going to get great research showing that's much beneficial. And now we're putting this fluoride in this water into this baby, these children, these adolescents, our own bodies. And we're wondering why dis-ease of the body's on the rise. We're wondering why there's neurological issues, autoimmune, gut issues, liver, kidney, you name it. And it's because we're slowly poisoning our body. It's never one big dosage typically. This is the rain barrel effect at its worst, right? It is the accumulation of all of these toxins that we've been told to just don't pay any attention to. They're okay for you. They're good for you. Never mind that. Don't worry about that. You don't need clean drinking water. Just trust what's coming out of your tap. I talk about this in the rain barrel effect, and I only do this not to scare you, but because the truth is very powerful. You can help yourself, you can help your family, and that's where it starts. And then we'll begin to spread this message from household to household, and that's how I'm going to make the biggest difference in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this show. As always, I'll link everything up today. Head on over to StephenCabral.com/1386. Thank you so much for your support. I'll talk with you soon. Have an amazing weekend, and tomorrow I'll be back with the Cabral House Calls.
I want to sincerely thank you for your support of this podcast. I couldn't do it without you, and I mean that. I truly do. I also want to make sure you knew that we now have multiple ways for you to find your answers to the most difficult health, wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging questions. You can find podcast-specific topics like thyroid, adrenal, hormones, sleep, digestion, Ayurveda, and many more at StephenCabral.com/podcasts that will then link you to your favorite Apple, Spotify, and other podcast players. Plus, all new podcasts and weekly exclusive video content is being added to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Stephen Cabral. And that's Stephen with a PH. Head on over and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the exclusive content. Lastly, if you've ever found any of my podcasts or books to be helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes or your favorite media player for the podcast. Rating and subscribing to the YouTube and podcast allow me to reach more and more people and help spread my mission of healing throughout the world. Thank you again for being a part of this movement.